2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, and welcome. This is Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A number of storylines emerging as the season gets into full swing. And Brooklyn is where we'll be going just moments from now, as the Nets will be going up against the Memphis Grizzlies. And guys, for the Grizzlies, 5-5 over their last 10 games, but they're not satisfied with 500 ball, looking to tack one onto the win tally tonight. It has been an interesting ride thus far. Kenny, some teams really improving after a sluggish start.
Yeah, well, credit the people running those franchises. Always look to improve. That's what you have to do if you're a franchise head. You can't just sit back and say, hey, we're going to accept this mediocrity.
No matter what your record is.
No question.
No, the season is a marathon, not a sprint. Lots
of
ups,
let me write that one down.
Just keep trusting yourself.
The season is a marathon,
not a sprint.
Not a sprint.
And then make sure you put Shaq-Stradamus.
Shaq-Stradamus.
Did you actually make that up?
Something that was already said many moons ago.
I've
never heard that
You're acting like it's your original thought.
It is my original.
I've never heard that before.
It's not a marathon, it's a sprint. Yeah, get away.
Who said that before? I've never heard that.
Oh,
I got one for you, Ernie.
What's that?
E equals MC tripled.
Ah.
I've never heard that either.
No, nobody has ever said that either.
Think about it, though.
I've thought about it all I want.
I did the math. It doesn't work.
It's a West versus East contest here in Brooklyn as the Nets play one at home. 2K Sports brings you Friday night NBA action. Along with Steve Smith and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And our friend on the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who we'll be hearing from shortly. As you look at Memphis, on paper you'd give them the edge, but of course they're not taking anything for granted. They'll look to come out strong and prove they're the better team.
And I think for Memphis, they've got to be thrilled with the way this season has started for them. They've already got some big wins under their belt and definitely a confidence booster.
And that's what they needed early on. Some performances that proved to themselves and everyone else that they have the talent to compete with any team in the league.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, guys, the fallout from the Nets trade with the Celtics in 2013, of course, is still being felt all around the league, and GMs are very reluctant now to surrender first-round picks unless they receive major league talent in return. Nobody out there wants to be embarrassed, Kevin, on or off the floor.
Yeah, some lean years in Brooklyn, partially as a result of that transaction. David, as always, thank you. Smitty, when you were playing, did you ever hope for the team to make a trade to address something, whatever it could be, on the floor or off the floor?
You know, I think, Kevin, the good thing is I wasn't afraid to talk to management and also talking to coaching staffs on what we needed. Not per se who needed to be traded, but I think just the areas where we were missing. And a lot of times when you have that relationship and you're a captain of the team, which I was most of my organizations, where you had to voice what you think the team needed. A lot of times they didn't listen, Kevin, but at least I had to voice my opinion.
It seems like a family, isn't it, Steve? And sometimes there's a fit and sometimes there isn't a fit.
Yeah, and it's tough when you get a chance to see some of those guys that are traded that really didn't want to be traded. That's the part of the business that you don't like.
Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. White is out there with Conley. And there's Jackson, then it's Brooks, and it's Anderson in at the 4. Now, here is Russell. The pass to LeVert. Makes it off the glass.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Only the first quarter. Guys are getting in the groove, but communication in the defense has to be better.
Jackson against Allen. The kick out to Wright. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's something you hate. You're trying to come in with an aggressive mindset, and that early foul could take you right out of it.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Some nice passing there by Memphis. And that one drops.
A high percentage look for Kyle. Has the size and length to be a factor inside.
Here's LeVert. He's coming off a 13-point game against Utah. Kicks to Russell. 6 on the shot clock. And that one is good.
You see where the size of Russell is such an advantage, especially in that painted area.
The Grizzlies have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Dishes it to Jackson. Carroll with the rebound.
I can tell you right now, the coach loved everything about that shot except the result.
LeVert, good, and the assist goes to Russell. LeVert's got 5 now.
And just showing great vision there. Russell surveys the floor and whips it to the open man.
Conley kicks to Jackson. Back to Conley. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Well, this is what every coach emphasizes. Keep your head up. Be willing to make the extra pass.
Russell against Conley. Outside Russell. To the paint. Stolen by Jackson. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Grizzlies shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for. Around 80% on the season.
And so Wright nails both of them.
Last year, a devastating season for the Memphis Grizzlies, especially on the offensive end. Dead last in field goals attempted and in field goals made.
Now, here is Russell. He's coming off a 19-point game against Utah.
And when you factor in the assist totals, that's a complete game.
Hollis Jefferson, good.
A lot of enthusiasm to the start of this game. So far, a perfect 4 for 4.
On talking about the Grizzlies, part of that low offensive output is that they tend to play at a slower pace.
Typically, the Grizzlies are known for a grit and grind philosophy, and that lends itself to a slow, bruising style of play. Last year, they tried to play faster, but didn't really have the personnel to pull it off.
Here's Russell after Memphis gets the 3. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Shot clock at 6. At the elbow, it's Allen. It's rebounded by Memphis. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
No other way to put it. Defense was awful. Completely uninspired at that end of the floor.
They also committed a lot of mistakes while their opponent was extremely disciplined.
Now here's Brooks. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Conley. Anderson. It's good on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Conley against Russell. Now the dish to Carroll. Over Anderson, and Carroll gets it to go.
Nice little in-between shot there from Carroll. He feels comfortable in the mid-range.
And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Conley for 3. He can't hit that time. The Nets go the other way with it. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Memphis this season.
An interconference matchup. They faced these guys twice a season, and last year they took both games.
Now here's Allen. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Here's LeVert. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Conley finds Jackson. A wide open look here for Wright. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. The Nets have gotten 6 or 7 shots to fall in the first quarter. They're off and running.
Already one of the league's more creative assist men. Russell making people around him better.
And it's Wright with the ball for Memphis. They trail by 1. Outside Jackson. Pass to Conley. Back to Jackson. Memphis moving that ball around. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Really left alone that time. Jackson's got 5 points so far.
And no doubt both teams competing at a high level, but the consistency has been lacking here. Another lead change.
I like to fight in these clubs. Neither side willing to give an inch. We'll see how it turns out.
Here's Hollis Jefferson following the score by Memphis. The rebound by Anderson. Now here is Conley. He had 25 points last game. Here's Brooks. Brooklyn with the rebound. Russell inside, over by Conley, and Russell gets it to go.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Conley, the pass to Anderson. Outside Jackson. Conley kicks to Brooks. Jackson dishes to Conley. Anderson right side. Out to the wing. Right for 3. And it's Russell with the rebound. For Brooklyn, they've gone 8 of 10 shooting, coming out very strong. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Brooks against Carroll. Brooks finds Jackson. At the elbow, Conley. Back to right. Out to Brooks. Pass to Jackson. Right outside. 5 to shoot. The Grizzlies with another miss. The Nets with the lead.
And you have to love the way Hollis Jefferson plays on the defensive end. So active with his length and can disrupt an offense single-handedly. The team is visibly better on defense with Hollis Jefferson on the floor.
Now here is Conley. He's got 5. The tray. And Wright with the basket on the assist by Anderson. Wright's got 5 now.
The playmaking ability of Kyle Anderson combines great floor vision with his height and feel.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Smitty, so much work done by the players in the offseason. In terms of development, which skills tend to be the easiest to improve upon?
I think there's one, and you got to call it a skill right now, is the easiest is getting in tip-top shape, because that's all on you. Being able to put in the time in your body and nutrition. Next, I think for guys is defensively. I think that's the skill that you obviously can work on. It's about lateral movement, and you don't need others. You can come out and work on that. Next, I think for guys is shooting. And I wouldn't say you'll be Steph Curry from one summer to another, but if you put in the work, you'll see the percentages starting to go up.
Harris, good.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Outside Bradley. Passes to Valanciunas. In the corner, it's Noah. Down low, the kick out to Holiday. And it's off from three-point range. Napier with it. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And there's a foul called on Alan Cram. That's his first foul. It's stolen by Davis. Here's Dinwiddie, guarded by Holiday. Harris's shot is off. For the Nets, they come into this one following a loss to Utah.
Yeah, they were just pounded on the inside, particularly on that backboard. That was a huge disadvantage for them.
No size or real force down there to keep the opposition from getting rebounds and easy putbacks. They have to be more physical and get dirty down there.
Here's Dinwiddie after the made shot from Jonas Valanciunas. Now the pass to Harris over Noah. Great defense that time from Noah. Memphis leading. The wide open look here for Holiday. And the call will be against Joakim Noah. That's his first foul.
Good open look. Avery looking poised with the ball in his hands, making decisions.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Now here's Napier, guarded by Bradley. Harris passes to Davis. Harris trying to get free.
Valanciunas, he's got that long wingspan. You saw it right there on that play.
1:58 left here in the opening quarter. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Memphis leading by 4. Here's Bradley. Again, Memphis.
Now that was pretty. A beautiful move to set up that jump shot.
And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for Brooklyn. He kicks it to Craig. 1:30 left to play in the first quarter. The three-pointer is right on target. Napier's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Pass to Valanciunas. It's Miles on the wing. Back to Valanciunas. Over Davis. No good from Valanciunas.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage. And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And so it's Memphis with it, following the bucket by the Nets. Holiday attacking. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
He's got the touch early. Coach, keep feeding him.
There's 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Now here's Napier. Defense is right there.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I gotta say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. Memphis has gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. And here's Bradley. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. The feed to Napier. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Here's Bradley. 17 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And Davis sends it back. Now Napier lets the 3 fly. No good on that one. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Nets lead by 1. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. It wasn't an immediate star turn for Mike Conley in the NBA. He talked about that journey.
The ups and downs of injuries and early on in my career not being able to be consistent enough to be considered a top guard in the league and making myself work that much harder to get my game to a level where I feel that I can compete against anybody in the league. And that's what I'm most proud of, is just being able to withstand that.
Great work ethic is the key. Conley stayed at it.
And a player that's known for keeping his composure, that helps also. He weathered those early challenges and just stayed positive.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
Fun to watch. They give you no time to set up on defense, and we see that reflected in the score.
So on the floor for Memphis, Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Noah. Then there's Bradley. Then there's C.J. Miles. And it's Holiday in at the 2. Now here's Cram. His last outing, he had 8 points. Misses from short range.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Got a piece of it, and he's able to get it back. Now here's Miles. He's guarded by Cram. It's stolen by Bradley. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. And there's the foul. It'll go on Shabazz Napier. That's his first foul. Here is Miles. No good on the quick 3. On the wing, Harris. Covered by Noah. Napier kicks to Crab. Harris trying to get free, and it's off from three-point range. Bradley finds Noah. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Grizzlies lead by 3.
The athleticism of Noah really allowed him to get that shot off.
Dinwiddie passes to Davis. Here's Dinwiddie to the inside. Crab in the corner. Harris trying to get free, and Crab is good for 3. Crab's got it all tied up now for the Nets. Grizzlies have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, since the rise of the Warriors, we've seen a fair amount of soul searching by the league's other contenders. There is incredible pressure to shake things up. Now, sometimes it can elevate a team, but we have often seen it also can tear a team apart.
It can be fragile for sure. David, thank you so much. That puts them in the lead. Harris has got the lead up to 2 now for Brooklyn.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Bradley, no one around him. Good on the three-point shot. Bradley's got 5 now.
This is where Avery Bradley's most effective, getting his points within the flow of the offense.
Now here's Cram. He's guarded closely. Pass to Napier. He dishes it to Davis. Back to Napier. This one for 3, and the Nets another 3.
Oh, okay, it's on. Trading blows here from distance.
You know what? Both sides are in rhythm. The defense out there having no effect.
Now here's Valanciunas. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game.
When you have the size that Valanciunas has, there aren't many people getting in the way of your dunks.
Well, you talk about the lockdown individual defenders in this league. Don't forget about Avery Bradley. That's been his calling card from the moment he set foot in the league.
And Greg, for Bradley, there's some disconnect as far as his defensive impact. You know, the numbers guys will say it doesn't quite match up to his reputation.
Yeah, I mean, more impactful as an on-ball defender than he is as, say, a help defender. Probably a little undersized for an off guard, but his commitment, no doubt, is off the charts.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Steve, when you look back at your career, which years do you remember playing your best brand of basketball?
You know, I think obviously when you're younger, you feel like you have more of an impact with your skill level to go along with your athleticism. I think my best run was about a 5 or 6 year run when I was playing with the Atlanta Hawks and the Portland Trailblazers. Those two teams, I think I had my best run.
So he gets them both.
Taking advantage at the charity stripe like he always does. Terrific touch.
And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. Trailing by 2. Tries again. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Ed Davis.
Like the way that Valanciunas worked his way to the line on that shot. Never let the defender get comfortable.
Memphis shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. The free throw drops for Valanciunas. Well, Smitty, we saw with Jonas Valanciunas, the Lithuanian big man, shooting more threes last season.
Valanciunas saw all the other centers in this league add a three-pointer and wanted in on the action as well. Only took about 1 a game, but he shot over 40%.
Damari Carroll's checked in for Dinwiddie. Now here's Carroll. Right now he's averaging 11 points a game. Oh, Russell in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play.
High percentage play, working the ball in close, then the nice move to convert.
And it's Davis at the elbow. To the middle. There's Hollis Jefferson. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Davis has got his 3rd assist on the night. The Grizzlies have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the 2nd quarter. They're 5 for 9. Valanciunas with the ball. Picked up by Davis. Conley dishes to Valanciunas. Over Davis. And it falls over the rim and in. Valanciunas has got it all tied up now for Memphis.
Valanciunas has a look from the mid-range. He is very comfortable taking it.
Here's LeVert. 7 points in the game. Outside, Russell. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Russell's got the lead up to 2 now for the Nets.
And sliding inside, under control, Russell still just scratching the surface of his full potential.
Conley against Russell. Conley left side. And another basket for Memphis.
Conley is just a knockdown scorer from the mid-range, senses the separation and cashes in easily.
LeVert the pass to Davis. Inside and stolen by Wright. To the middle. Here's Valanciunas. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Valanciunas has got 8 points in the quarter.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the 2nd.
Conley against Russell. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior. And for D'Angelo Russell, the former #2 pick, it's all about developing himself as a player and a leader. Has focused more on the team and less on himself of late, and knows what is expected of him and has to earn every second of floor time.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Allen's checked in.
1 shot.
Free throw good, Russell. And last season, Russell had to fight for minutes upon returning from injury.
Yeah, and battles like that help mature a player and really keep them focused. Those are areas where Russell had struggled in the past. I think he and his coach both know it's not easy, but it has already started in making Russell the best player he can be.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. 11 points for him in that last game against Utah.
And his defense was absolutely outstanding, especially his 2 blocks, which helped turn the game.
And Wright kicks to Jackson. Fade away. The shot, no good. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Passes it to LeVert. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Count that one. Now it's a 5-point Brooklyn lead.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
And there's the pass to Jackson. In the corner, right with it. Clock at 6. Shoots over Carroll. And it's Wright missing. Nets leading by 5. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have. Staying aggressive and playing under control.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. So many metrics out there right now, Steve. One of the big ones, scoring efficiency. Who comes to mind in that area?
Well, you look at the percentage. Kevin Durant, the amount of shots he takes, he shoots with a high percentage. Steph Curry, Kawhi Leonard. I think also Anthony Davis is up there, being able to score at different areas, not just dunking the basketball, being able to score at all 3 levels.
Take a break.
Those are some of the guys that shoot a high percentage.
The first free throw is good.
Yeah, and with this increased aggressiveness offensively, Russell's shooting more and more free throws.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And it's Wright missing.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Stolen by Jackson. Conley with it. He's picked up by Russell. Conley surveying the D. Jackson in the corner. And the 3 ball is good. Jackson's got 10 points in the game.
You can't afford to leave one of Conley's teammates wide open. He will make you pay.
Russell finds Allen. Now Carroll. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And along with the resurgence Carroll had last season, in large part due, I think, Greg, to finally feeling healthy.
Yeah, and Carroll is quick to tell you just how hard it was for him to regain form after that knee injury. Coming back is something that each player experiences kind of in their own way. Great presence, though, on and off the floor, and really a natural leader.
And that one falls for Carroll.
DeMarre Carroll doesn't get to the line a terrible amount of times for a wing player, but you know what you like about him? When he gets there, he can convert them.
Carroll hits them both. Here's Conley. 7 points in the game. Kicks to Jackson. Back to Conley. Shot clock at 5. Shot on the wing. No good off the back of the rim.
Boy, he loves that mid-range jumper. Just fails to create enough room to operate.
Hollis Jefferson, good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Conley kicks to Anderson. To the inside. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
That was just a textbook pick that allowed him room, and he took advantage of it.
Napier, he's checked in for Brooklyn. The Grizzlies also making a change. Bradley's checked in. Now here's Napier. 9 points last game. Pass to LeVert. Back to Napier. The Nets need to get a shot off here. No good on the three. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Brooks kicks to Conley. From downtown. Rebound, Brooklyn.
The defense fortunate there. He's a guy you hate to leave wide open.
And the basket by Napier.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Outside Conley. Pass to Brooks. Shoots over Carroll. The Grizzlies with another miss. And it's Carroll with the ball for Brooklyn. Now here's Napier. 10 points for him. Stolen by Michael Conley. Down low, Jackson. That's tipped. 54 seconds left to play in the first half. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for the Nets. And Memphis also making a switch. Justin Holiday's checked in for Brooks. There's 49 seconds left in the first half. Knocks it loose. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. So for the Nets, Harris has checked in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, and Krabs subbed in for LeVert. Memphis also making some changes. Noah comes in for Jackson, and it's C.J. Miles in for Mike Conley. Now here's Bradley. He has 5. It's good. Napier with it. 29 seconds left in the first half of the game. Dinwiddie passes to Crabbe. Off target with his 3.
He can't find his mojo. Tough quarter for him scoring the basketball.
Anderson wide open. No good with the triple. For Brooklyn, they have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9. Free throw drops for Napier. And both free throws good for Napier. We've got 13 seconds left in the first half. It's Miles on the wing. Poked loose, and that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Right side Bradley. And that misses badly. Air ball. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me are Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Please, a hand at home for them. Clapping for yourselves. Oh. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. The game was always within a fairly narrow margin, with their largest deficit of the period being 6. They gathered some serious momentum in the second quarter, and as well as they played, it's a little bit of a surprise that their lead isn't more than 7 points here at the half. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
Well, so far, we've seen the best of D'Angelo Russell. Confident with the jumper, the ball handling and vision are near elite levels already. Some people talk about his limitations as an athlete, but the skills are too legit to quit.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on Memphis.
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back as we get a beautiful aerial view of the Williamsburg Bridge connecting Manhattan and Brooklyn. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. It's been a clinic out there with D'Angelo Russell.
And let's see what the defense counters with to try and control him here in the second half.
Well, you like to run more doubles at him, but the risk there is opens up things for everybody else.
Brooklyn with the ball. They lead by 7. Carroll is the 3 with Hollis Jefferson at the 4. Russell and LeVert in the backcourt. And it's Allen in at the 5. That's the group starting the second half for Kenny Atkinson. Here's LeVert. 6 to shoot. Allen trying to break free. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Deep 2 from Carroll. Brooks grabs the board. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Memphis moving that ball around. Conley's shot is off.
The thing is, you want to do everything you can to help your team, and sometimes you just try to do too much.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
He misses the free throw. So he comes up empty, missing both. The Grizzlies trail by 7. On the wing, Brooks. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. LeVert the pass to Russell. To the middle and stolen by Wright. He kicks it to Conley. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Buries the jump shot. Conley's got the first points of the second half up on the board for Memphis. Nets leading by 5. And here's Russell. 13 points in the game. Passes it to LeVert. Lets it go with a 3. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got 4 assists in the game.
Because he's inconsistent from range, the defense dares him to take that shot. Bad gamble there.
Conley. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And they continue to control the glass.
Here's Carroll. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Carroll being so crafty inside. You can see it right there, how he shrugged off the defender.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Performed well thus far this season with a 78% clip.
One shot.
And that one falls for Carroll. Here's Conley. He's got 9. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
They double team Conley. Jackson has the open look. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Hollis Jefferson's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And with that miss, shooting only 20% coming out of the break. Ouch.
And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
And that one falls for Carroll. So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
And look, you never want to see a team gut you this way. Really a good timeout.
Some of this is just a matter of toughness, a willingness to play physical inside, something we're not seeing.
And while we can now, let's check in on the top scoring rookies in the NBA. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. It's a 14-point game. Brooks against Carroll. Brooks finds Jackson. The kick out to Anderson. Wright fires. And again, Memphis no good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting two. And Memphis called for the foul. The first one falls. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Kyle Anderson. Carroll hits them both. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Conley kicks to Valanciunas. Allen against Jackson. Here's Conley. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists in the game. And here are the Nets. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Here's LeVert, guarded by Wright. Conley against Russell. Now the pass to Carroll. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Nets lead by 16.
They are just killing them on the interior.
For Memphis, they've gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. And Wright kicks to Conley. Down low. Here's Valanciunas.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
That's what happens when you get an excellent screen like that. He had plenty of space to slash right toward the basket.
They get a hand on it. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
And checking out some stats for D'Angelo Russell. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. Averaging 25 points per, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. What incredible numbers. He has been a beast.
You know what? Everything is coming so easy for him right now, operating on the highest level.
Now here's Allen. Back to Russell. No good. Shot missing. Good work defensively by Conley. The Grizzlies trail by 14.
A tremendous floor leader. Amazing that Conley's only averaged around 6 assists a game for his career.
Here's Russell following the score by Memphis. Pass to Carroll. Clock at 6. In the corner, Hollis Jefferson. Here's LeVert. Brooks covering. Stolen by Brooks. Now Conley. He's got 11. And Wright kicks to Valanciunas. It's Jackson atop the key. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Jackson's got 15. Steve, you're talking about Conley, a guy who gives you much more than what you see on the stat sheet.
What he does, he controls the pace, the rhythm, understands how to manage the game, and he does it all with great efficiency.
Timeout called, the Nets.
And coach most likely wants to address their turnover issues. The offense looks forced right now, rush, there's no synergy to it. They have to find a way to work together and remain aggressive without making mistakes.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Davis comes in for Allen, and Dinwiddie subbed in for LeVert. Russell against Conley. Here's Dinwiddie, bangs home the trifecta. He has 5.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Love the unselfishness.
Conley kicks to Valanciunas. Back to Conley. Out to Brooks. 6 to shoot. Hits the three-point bomb. Brooks has got himself on the board with 3 there.
This is what these perimeter plays are designed to produce. Quality looks for spot-on shooters.
Here's Dinwiddie. 5 points in the game. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Dinwiddie from the arc. And the Nets, another 3.
And that's from beyond, guys, right back at you.
This is looking more like an all-star game right now. Everyone launching from range.
And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Some changes for Memphis. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Jackson. Justin Holiday comes in for Brooks. And Bradley subbed in for DeLon Wright.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Out to Russell. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. Back to Russell. The Nets working the ball around now. Sinks the three-pointer. Carroll's got 15.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Russell against Conley. Sinks that one from the post. Conley's got 6 in the quarter.
And that's Conley's specialty, the floater deflating the defense right there.
Feeds it to Dinwiddie. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. And the Nets lead by 16.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off.
Now here's Conley. He's got 13. Bradley can't get it to go. Carroll against Miles. Here's Dinwiddie. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. He's got 12.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Here is Miles. No one near Conley as he lets it go. And it's good off the back rim and in.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And you got to love just how smart of a point guard Mike Conley is. You never get the sense he is forcing anything with the ball and keeps it moving around to his teammates. Very aware of his spacing and the spacing of others while running that offense.
So for the Nets, Harris is checked in for Hollis Jefferson. Crabbe comes in for Damari Carroll. And it's Napier in for D'Angelo Russell. The Grizzlies also making a change. Noah's checked in. And Conley, who is so good with space and timing on offense, seems to always find a way to score inside.
I mean, he has that great floater to lean on for scoring. And the only thing you want from Conley is help. Has had a few too many injuries to ignore the last few seasons. This team is so visibly better when he is healthy and on the floor.
The Grizzlies trail by 16. Outside Bradley. Outside Holiday. 13 feet away. And Davis pulls it down. And so Napier will bring it up for the Nets. Here's Harris. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Harris has got 8.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
And it's Bradley off the drive to the inside. Now here's Noah. Napier covering. They get it again. Valanciunas. And Davis sends it back. And that one's good by Noah. Here's Dinwiddie. 12 points for him. Kicks it to Crabb. And the pass to Davis. Inside. Tries again. Lays it up off the glass. Davis has got his second bucket of the night.
Guys, he's having a ball out there. I mean, we knew going in that he'd have an advantage on the glass, but I didn't think he could be this dominant. What a difference.
And he's not going to back off. Even with that big lead, he's going to get more motivated to keep stretching out their lead.
Brooklyn leading by 18. Down low, stolen by Noah. And here we go, the Grizzlies on a fast break. Miles with it, picked up by Harris. Scooped up. Here's Valanciunas. Goes up again, and it's good on the way in. Valanciunas has got 4 points in the quarter.
The persistence of Valanciunas paying off in a big way on the glass. He is just a tremendously hard worker.
Here's Dinwiddie, guarded by Holiday. And Harris wide open. He shoots, and a miss there on the triple. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Nets making a change here. Allen's checked in. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies trail by 16. It's Miles on the wing. Guarded by Harris. Miles, the pass to Valanciunas. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Valanciunas getting rewarded there for putting down a solid screen on the pick and roll.
Napier feeling it out a bit. Dishes it to Dinwiddie. 6 on the shot clock and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And Memphis called for the foul. And even though Spencer Dinwiddie had a breakout year, he felt that his time was long overdue.
Yeah, and in between the injury in college and kind of being buried on the bench, he's had to overcome a lot and has always believed in himself. And he feels when matched up head-to-head with most guards, he's going to come out on top. Showed exactly why he believes in himself so much with that breakout season in 2018.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. The Grizzlies trail by 16. Bradley kicks to Holiday. Outside Bradley. Valanciunas finds Bradley. 5 to shoot. Poked away. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Clock at 2. Poke loose, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Bradley. Brooklyn leading by 16. Now here's Napier. He's got 12. Here's Dinwiddie. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. It's the Nets up by 16. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And it's Bradley with the ball for Memphis. So on the floor for Memphis, they've got C.J. Miles. Anderson is out there with Jonas Valanciunas. Then there's Avery Bradley. And it's Holiday in a two-guard.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Napier passes to Davis. Now here's Napier, guarded by Bradley. Here's Allen. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Free throw, good. Allen. Brooks checked in for Memphis. And Allen drops them both. The Grizzlies trail by 16. Outside Holiday. Anderson outside. Here's Brooks. He gets that one.
The defense is pretty much helpless once he finds breathing room to get to the basket.
Brooklyn leading by 14. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Napier kicks to Dinwiddie. To the paint, it's stolen by Valanciunas and stolen by Napier to the right side. Here's Dinwiddie, stolen by Holiday. It's Brooks on the wing, and the wing jumper offline.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Allen. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got 3 assists tonight. And so it's Memphis with it. They trail by 16. And Holiday kicks to Anderson. Allen against Valanciunas. And here's Bradley from 3. Rebounded by the Nets. Allen's got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Delivering these passes in tight quarters, that's tricky.
Holiday finds Bradley. And stolen by Napier. Here's the 3. And it's LeVert missing.
If you're trying to keep the defense honest, that's the one you really have to make.
Holiday, the pass to Brooks. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
And just showing you his determination despite the size difference.
And he makes the little adjustment just as he goes to lay it in.
Now here's Napier. Here's Dinwiddie. Floats one, and he sinks the layup. And the Nets lead by 18.
Now we can say it. He's a completely different shooter this half. Much more confidence, much more success.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Brooklyn making some changes. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Davis. Damari Carroll comes in for Spencer Dinwiddie, and D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Napier. Then for the Grizzlies, Jackson, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Wright comes in for Justin Holiday, and it's Mike Conley in for Avery Bradley.
As solid as he's been, they're still behind. He needs help.
Nets leading by 16. Russell dishes to Carroll. Back to Russell. Allen against Jackson. 4 on the shot clock. 18 feet out. And it's Russell missing. And so it's Wright bringing up the ball for Memphis. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Down low. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 6 assists in the game.
What about the passing of Conley? Always ready to zip it over to the open man.
Now, here is Russell. Pass to LeVert. He feeds it to Allen. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. Let's see what the Brooklyn Nets have coming up. On Saturday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards. Then on Monday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best, but if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run. And on the defensive side, just a failure to match up.
Well, the one thing you want to take away is anything at the rim. Just too easy.
Hits the three-point bomb. Brooks has got 10 points here in the second half.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
And Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game. On defense, Memphis. It's a 13-point game. Here's Russell. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. When it comes to flagrant fouls, do you think the difference, Steve, between flagrant 1 and flagrant 2 is being called correctly for the most part?
I do, Kevin. I think we always have gray areas, and when you start to look at rules, but for the most part, I think they're getting the flagrant 1 and the flagrant 2. I think they're getting it right.
It's stolen by Allen.
That's just his first turnover of the night. What a steady, efficient game he's played thus far.
And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Anderson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Conley for 3, and there's a whistle. That goes on Dylan Brooks. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Brooklyn leading by 15. Also looking it over. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Back to Russell. Clock at 6. Over Conley. Russell, no good. The Grizzlies trail by 15. And Wright kicks to Brooks. He drains the quick shot. Brooks has got 9 points in the quarter.
I don't know what coach told him at halftime, but he is shooting the lights out right now.
And stolen by Wright. Stolen. Carroll against Anderson. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Carroll doesn't get to the line too often, but he did a good job to draw the foul on that play.
No good on that one. And he's good on the second. Here's Conley. Anderson outside. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And you have to appreciate the aggression. Nice work inside.
And you watch Kyle Henderson out there. They call him slow-mo for how he moves on the court. Just one of those jack-of-all-trades type of players on offense, and wasn't known for his defense, but has put in a lot of work to improve in that area.
And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
And with Anderson, the defense has been a focus for him the last few seasons.
And even though Anderson doesn't get up and down the floor fast, he still has quick hands and feet. Is being asked to guard some of the top forwards in the league for this team and wants players to try and shoot over him so he can use his length. Considers it a win if his assignment takes a jumper and doesn't get around it.
Now here's Conley. Brooks outside. Back to Conley. Memphis moving it around. Brooks outside. 5 on the clock. Conley kicks to Jackson. From outside, off the mark.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
The feed to Conley. It's on target from the high post. Conley's got 10 points in just the second half.
Conley is really smart at picking his spots out there. When he's feeling it, he is looking to score the rock.
Conley against Russell. He kicks it to Carroll. Passes it to Allen. He's off on the first. And the second free throw, good. And it's Conley with the ball for the Grizzlies. Kicks to Brooks. In the corner, right with it. Over Russell, down to 5 on the shot clock. Hits the front of the rim and out. Here's Hollis Jefferson, and again, no good by Brooklyn. The Grizzlies trail by 13, and they're on the break. Russell from long range. Good again. He's on tonight, 9 for 13 shooting.
And smooth release from range. Russell can just do so many things for you.
And it's Brooks in the corner. Bounce pass from right. There's the pass to Brooks. Pass to Jackson. It's tipped. Oh, look out, and then you throw up stuff like that. And you go, oh my, how does it even go in? He pulls a Houdini.
Oh my goodness. Better to be lucky than good, I guess.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Right.
Gotta love it.
And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Yeah, they're starting to go in the wrong direction in terms of turnovers. It's slowly becoming a problem.
The Grizzlies trail by 13. Right with it. Pass to Conley. There's the 3. Allen with the rebound. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Outside, Russell. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. And Carroll gets it to go. Carroll's got 14 points now in the second half.
Carroll can be so patient inside. Great timing on that play.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, D'Angelo Russell.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
He'd finally had enough of their losing streak, and it's going to take something special to regain some kind of momentum. And his effort has been very special tonight. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on J.B. Bickerstaff's huddle, and he was emphatic. He said, we are not going to win this game playing this way, fellas. You've got to step it up. You've got to get aggressive, and you've got to battle to get back in this thing. See if that pep talk got him going, guys.
Now, here is Russell. That one, no good. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Ripped away. Now the pass to LeVert. The 3. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. LeVert's got 5 points now this quarter.
Full speed ahead. I mean, they have been in control since the opening tip, and that may have sealed the deal.
Yes, and you're watching. Even this late in the game, they're still making plays. You got to love watching it.
Down low, there's Hollis.
Yes. And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. And a terrific bit of chaos there in the replay presented by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. And there's the defensive 3-second call. Smitty, you're looking around the league right now. Certain players extremely smart. Which guys do you think will make the transition the easiest from player to coach?
You know, some guys that stick out. Chris Paul, I think Mike Conley, LeBron James, obviously. Those guys, they just stick out. You can see their coaches on the floor, Draymond Green. They just have a way because they have those leadership qualities, and also they play the game the right way. They have such a good understanding and a good feel. Those are some of the guys that stand out for me.
That was a good list. You're right. Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Ed Davis is checked in for Allen. Harris comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Abs checked in for Damari Carroll. And Shabazz Napier subbed in for LeVert.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Brooklyn.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for D'Angelo Russell.
What I like that he came ready to compete in this game, but he did it under control. Tremendous poise, never seemed to be in a hurry, just played the game the right way.
And Davis gets it to go.
And this is the kind of deficit it would take a miracle to overcome.
I think this hometown crowd agrees with you. They are fired up about it.
Now here's Wright. Outside Bradley. Shot clock at 5. And the wide open shot from Miles. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep. And here's Napier. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Now, for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.